In this last 3, 4 weeks, we've talked about hindrances, traps that may affect our growth. And we've recognized like 6 of them. Today we are going to take the last 2 before we enter the next chapter. Please, who can remind us the 6 traps we've talked about, the 6 gaps we've spoken about? Anyone? In no particular order. You can mention, I'm not calling anybody's name. Knowledge gap 1. Time gap 2. Affection gap 3. Inspiration gap 4. Assumption, yes, there's assumption gap 5. One more. Did you say mistake? A mistake gap. Okay. Okay, so in this, we've talked about the assumption that I will say you assume that you grow automatically, which does not happen. You can't just wake up and grow. You need to be intentional about. Okay, so before these 8 gaps, they are under the first law. The first law is the law of intentionality, right? So subsequently, we are going to talk about other laws, don't finish the 15 laws. So the first law is the law of intentionality. So this law, these 8 gaps are the things that will hinder us from being intentional about our growth. Am I making sense? So these gaps are the things that will hinder us from being intentional about our growth. Oh, I just want us to understand it. We've talked about the assumption, and we say that you just don't assume that you grow automatically. We also talked about the knowledge gap, which says that I don't know how to grow. You don't know how to grow, but there's a way, so you have to learn and do what you're supposed to do. The timing gap, you keep saying this is not the right time for me to begin. This is not the right time. No, let me wait till tomorrow. When is it the right time? The right time is now, it's today. We also talked about the mistake gap. I'm afraid of making mistakes. So because you're afraid of making mistakes, you prefer to sit in your corner, your comfort zone. Let me stay here a bit before I will go and make mistakes. Do not be afraid of that mistake. We also know that mistake is another way of learning anyway. Okay, we also learned the perfection gap. I have to find the best way to start. What is that best way? We have the perfectionist. They want to start it in, it must be top notch. If it's not top, no, I'm not starting. Everything must be in order before I start. That mighty building must be a 3-story building located in Ikoyi or Via before I start. You want to hire all the experts in the world before you start. One, I have to have a 3 consultant in my team. I have to, you cannot pay them. Please, let's avoid this gap. Everything must not be perfect before you start. We also learned about the inspirational gap, which says that I don't feel like doing it. I don't feel like doing it. Why don't you feel like doing it? Okay, so these gaps, John Maxwell identified them as growth traps that will hinder us from growing intentionally. Today we are going to talk about the last 2 gaps. One is the comparison gap. The second one is the expectation gap. Without looking at the notes, just in within ourselves, what do we think comparison is? We say it every day. It's a word we use on a normal day. Comparison. Before we talk about the gap, comparison. Compare. Compare
yourself against something else.
Exactly. So in this one now we're going to compare ourselves to others. This gap says others are better than I am. You always feel that I'm not too good. I can't do this thing. That means because he speaks better English. That's why he's where he is. I can't. One day. It is because it's tall. I have been taking him. You think at every point in time you remember something you want to do. You counter it with so many other things. No, he has contacts. That's why you always think that others are better than you. Why? We all have our own unique strength. God has blessed us in different ways. Right? There are things I can do you cannot do. There are things you can, we all have our unique identity. God is so good. I keep saying this. I have a friend that, she's still in a consulting firm. She thinks she can do everything. But there are some things she will say, John Mabek, help me with this thing. I said, Madam Consultant, what has happened? So God has blessed you. You cannot be better than me in everything, no. It's not possible now. It's not possible. So even if you talk too much, okay, I keep quiet too much. It's okay. You're not better than me keeping quiet, right? Exactly. So you cannot be better than me in everything. I console myself. I said, okay, if you are an orator, that's fine. There is something. Don't always feel that others are better than you. So when you find yourself in that kind of situation, leverage on it. Learn from them. Oh, okay, I cannot speak good English. Okay, 1, 2, 3, they are experts. Why not? You go in their midst every time as they are talking, be listening. They've said a new word today. Go and learn that new word. Do you understand? Let's not just be saying, oh, they are better than me. God has blessed them. Someone will say, God created them on a Sunday. Who told you that God created you on a Sabbath? Please, let's avoid that trap. It's a very big one. Others are better than me. Oh, because he went to King's College. What's that school again? One of these private universities. That means he went to a private university. We did not have that opportunity. So you cannot say because he went to a private university. You went to a private university too? I did not go. That means you are not better than me. But I can share. I can listen to you. I can think of. No, it's not a jealousy thing. Do you understand? But pick up, try and learn something from the person. Try and feel. Okay, so an example was given to us. John Maxwell, he is still a pastor. So when he was pastoring a young small church. So he was wondering why his church was not growing. I need to give this illustration. He was wondering why his church was not growing. So he had to make that effort to reach out to all the big churches and their pastors. He wanted to learn from them, to know why they have that growth in their churches, while his own church was still small. He did not say, oh, they are gifted. God has blessed them. They can talk and people will listen to them. He made an effort. He was intentional about his growth. He wanted his church to grow too. So he had to listen to people that started before him. He had to listen to people that had that growth. Please, what happened to our clock here? He had to listen to people that already were established to know the next step to take. And by the time he listened to 2 to 3 people, 4 people, he gathered inspiration, he gathered knowledge on what to do, the next step to take in his own church, which yielded fruit anyway. So please, let's avoid that trap. It's a big one. Others are better than you are. They are not. But you can learn. You can learn from whatever they have that make them strong. You feel that make them strong. You can leverage on it, learn and put it into practice, not just learning and keeping it in your pocket. The next gap we're going to talk about is the expectation gap. The expectation gap says, I thought it would be easier than this. Who can relate to it? Pastor, I know you can relate to this. I thought it would be easier than this. Say, no, I'm leaving. Hello, babe, I'm dropping my resignation. No, I'm going to work for myself. No more. I'm tired of it. I can't take this nonsense. I'm somebody who was telling me this. He thought that it was going to be easier than. Now I'm tired. I'm going to work for myself. No more. It's a trap. You thought it would be easier than this. So in your feasibility study, in your whatever you are doing, try and put those things. Remember those things that may, it's like I said, I say it always. It may not be easy, and it's not better on the other side anyway. It's not greener. When somebody wants to tell me, I want to design, I want to design. It's not greener on the other side, though. It's not way it first of all. So, what am I trying to say here? In the process of growing, in the process of doing something, don't always think one way. Don't be straight-jacketed and say, I know it's going to. Once I step out, it's going to be, wow. No, where is it written? I'm not saying you should also think that it's going to be difficult, it's going to be hard. But grace, there is something called grace. So let's just put our strategies together and not be thinking and smiling that, oh, once I get there, it's going to be easier. Okay? There's one formula I want us to take back. Please, if you have a pen, can you put it down? Can you put it down? This 15 minutes is like 1 minute now. Preparation plus attitude plus opportunity plus action. Preparation is the growth process, right? Preparation, you can put the growth process in bracket, plus attitude, your attitude towards what you are going to do, plus opportunity. So when this opportunity comes calling, let it not be that you are not prepared. Do you understand? So assuming the video came here and said this 250 million now, I've raised it. Who needs it? What do you want to do? Can you just quickly give me a proposal? Who is ready? Who can give a proposal now of 250 million? You are ready. That's it. So this money that he raised, that's it. God directed me, I stepped into this church. Who is ready? Who? That's what we are talking about. Be prepared. So when the opportunity comes calling, you will not be like, see how I raised this money today. Oh Jesus. You need to be prepared. So preparation, that's the growth process what we are talking about, plus attitude. Your attitude is very key. Plus opportunity. Plus action. So the action part is not just saying it. I hear people that talk too much around me. I want to. Every time. You said in the last 5 years, we are still on this talk. 7 years. What have you done about it? They're not even little steps. The primary noisy steps that you're supposed to take, you're not even taking them. Plus action equals to. Are we there? People are not writing. Okay, that's fine. Equals to what we call luck. He's lucky. Oh, he's lucky. You think he's just luck. This person has been not sleeping. This person has been every night drawing up map. How I'm going to. Day 1, I will be here. Day 2, I will do it like this. Day 3, I will inject 20 naira. Day 4, another 20 naira will come in. By day 5, I'll move to here. From day 6, this person has not been sleeping. This person has been ready, preparing yourself. And you wake up and say, yeah, he's lucky. Oh well, you can say he's lucky. But this luck is a measure of 2 years not sleeping well, right attitude, trying to be professional in everything, waiting for that opportunity to come. That's what this thing that say, oh, he's so lucky. He's so lucky. He's so lucky. I want to leave us with something this morning. You cannot change your destination overnight. You cannot wake up and say, overnight, I'm changing my destination. So like me, I have a destination. I want to be a billionaire. I can't wake up and change it. I can't just change it like that. No. My destination is still my destination, right? But you can change the direction overnight. Overnight, say, Joma, no, this is not working again. This is a Papa Road. No. I think I have to change my strategy. I can change my direction. Let me change my direction. I can get to here without passing a Papa. True or false? Yes. That destination is still where I'm going to, right? But I can change my direction. Please just note it. It's a quote by Jim Rohn. It says you cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. So far we've spoken about 8 growth traps. I want to ask a question this morning. What is your number 1 takeaway from all that we've said today? What is your number 1 takeaway? What are you taking away in the midst of all these things that we've said? What are you taking away? Anybody to help me? My time is almost spent. Thank you. Microphone.
The expectation gap.
Okay.
That
is.
If I have the mindset of it's easier than this, then my preparation will be less.
Yeah, and you will make adequate preparation for whatever. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Anybody wants to talk? Okay, I want to talk. Go ahead.
Mine is the comparison gap. No. I have that mindset of nobody is better than myself. So any days when I was looking for work, those things helped me. If I go into an interview session or something, I look at everybody who came for the interview and I will say, do they have two heads? So if they don't have two heads and they have one, I can size up the room and say, okay, fine. I can compete with this people. These people, I'm better than these people. So it helps me to put myself on the best path. I have fewer people to compete with. So it puts me on the pedestal that I should be at my best. Praise God.
Thank you. Okay, another question. What action steps can you take right now to break out of these traps, these 8 traps that we found ourselves in? What action steps can you take? Microphone,
I'll talk about the others are better than me. The reason why I'm talking about, I want to look at it in a different perspective, which I realized that if you shut your eyes from the fact that they'll be better than you, because there are people that will be better than you.
Oh, sure.
So the perspective, yeah, the people that are better than you. So the perspective is shut your eyes to they are better than me, and then open your eyes to what I can learn
from them.
From them.
Thank you so much. Yes, I said that earlier on. Try and learn from them. Don't just stay. Let it not be envy, jealous. Try and learn from them. Okay. My next question is, what's that gap that you've identified that you are trapped in out of this 8? Is there anyone you think, oh, we are perfect people here? We are not trapped in any of them. Okay, well, I know me, I'm trapped in almost all of them. So I have too many ideas in my head. How do I even start? That knowledge gap for me, it resonates so well with me. So how do I, and that's what I thought, how do I start this? He has his own wahala, so he will not even talk to me. He said, figure it out. Figure it out. So I don't know if we have other perfect people. I know I'm trapped in knowledge gap. Not only knowledge gap, I have others too that I'm trapped in, and I'm making conscious efforts to. Is there anything that can stop you from accomplishing this? The action that you want to take. Do you think there's anything that can stop you from? Like what? Yourself. God bless you. That's the answer. So since you know yourself, and it's yourself that can stop you, you can work on it. You are yourself, and you know yourself is the problem, and it's yourself that will take it. So it's solved as far as I'm concerned. This is yourself. It's solved. Okay, thank you everyone. Next week we'll start with lesson 2, Law 2. We'll get to know what Law 2 is, but I encourage all of us to read the book. And note that personal growth requires that you change your mindset. Please, it requires change of mindset. Change your mindset from accidental growth to intentional growth. You have to be intentional about it. Change your mindset from accidental growth to intentional growth. I was listening to, who was I listening to? And I saw, I heard someone was asking, all these people, drug dealers, one time they just made it, see billions or millions of naira. What happened to them? Don't you think it's accidental growth? Do they manage it well? Do they manage it well? You want us to count names? They don't. So please, let's change our mindset. Our mindset needs to be changed from thinking that we're going to grow accidentally to thinking of intentional growth. Look at your calendar for next year. Thank God we are running towards the end of this year. Check your calendar for next year. Schedule specific time and focused growth plans. Mark it on your timetable. The Bible says, write it down. Write it down. Go to your calendar, 2022 calendar. Schedule timely, focus, specific goal plans for yourself. If you want 2022 to be fine. But if you still want it to grow like this, well, like what they said, it's yourself. You are the inhibitor of yourself. Yourself is the inhibitor of yourself. Okay? Growth is not a goal, but a lifelong process. It's a process. Say, I've grown. Grown to where? Growth is not a goal, it's a lifelong process. With that in mind, I'm sure we'll start doing things that we've not been doing before. Thank you so much, everyone, and I want to welcome you. Please read chapter 2 for next week.